You've also worked with Minister Smriti Irani in the area of women and childcare. Your takeaways from some of the work in that area?
Well, that ministry has a huge responsibility for uplifting women, which is a very important thing all over the world. It's one of the great things upsides the Indian economy has to maintain growth is to draw women into the workforce more. Obviously, for women, everything around maternal health, is important, and that's an area that we are putting a lot into and we'll be learning together, including the anemia work I mentioned, but not just that, many other areas as well. So, the idea of promoting nutrition, balanced diets, helping women's groups, getting women connected to these digital systems, constantly tracking that, okay, a lot of people are using digital bank accounts, but, are women doing that equally to men? And if not, why not? Do we need to use women's groups? How do you overcome any sort of cultural barriers? A lot of the most deprived women are out in the rural areas. Do we have the kind of coverage and information for them? And so the minister's done a good job of drawing us in as a partner, and we even used a comic book which is out there to get the nutrition information out very broadly.
Well, of course, she's known to be a firebrand minister back home in India. Thank you so much for your time. But before I let you go, Mr. Bill Gates, it's election season and nobody is let off on this summit platform without a question on who they are putting their bets on to form the next government. Any wild guesses on the election season, and what do you think you're going to see in India post the month of June?
I'm very focused on the U.S. election where I am a voter. Obviously India should be proud that it's the world's largest democracy, and, you're allowing lots of different voices to be heard. We will work, in every state we'll work with, whoever the voters choose. I'm sure there'll be, some degree of continuity. And we're a neutral organization, but the idea that politicians compete less on who's in their group and more on trying to lift everybody up. It's great to see that in India you can have politicians saying, okay, I'll do better at vaccine coverage than you do, and no, I'll do better on nutrition than you do. So the fact that these basic issues, that the democracy helps air them, and the record on these basic human needs is part of how politicians is selected. I think that is great for India.
Well, I know you won't speak more and not name, but your answer there on the continuity, I think the message has got across to the audiences here, Mr. Bill Gates. But clearly the silver lining for democracies that are alive and kicking, and that's the most important part. Thank you very much, Mr. Bill Gates. Thank you for answering all the questions, and thank you for giving us your time in the middle of the night, not a very respectable time in the United States at this moment, and addressing this august audience here, the cross-section of Indian society, decision makers, India Inc. and government representatives all here listening to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Times Now Summit.
Thank you, Mr. Gates and Avika, for that enlightening conversation.